Welcome back to my channel, everyone. It's your host, Scanner Fox. Come back to another episode of Let's Play Crusader Kings 3. We're going to continue on as Musashi in Japan, where we're going to try to continue expanding here, where we were trying to make some good progress in the last episode. To kind of recap where we are right now, we are currently looking at a total of 636 gold in our inventory, which means that we can look at some things over here. And I was kind of looking at some different upgrades to our mansion, and being that we're going to be going through our looks like a lot of assassinations and intrigue. We're actually going to go ahead and get servant quarters, where we're going to get +1 intrigue per level of fame, which is not bad, especially as we move up in that as well. The hostile phase length also increases, and so does our monthly intrigue lifestyle experience. We're going to go ahead and do that, and then we're also going to upgrade it a second time as well. And this is pretty good for what we've been doing. Oh, this is actually pretty good. We can go ahead and do that and get a little bit more influence. And let's go ahead and let's look at what we have going on. So if you weren't here last time, we were kind of like doing a lot of internal stuff right here. And at the same time, we were also trying to do some assassinations. Or if you kind of like look, we're actually in line to actually inherit Japan, which is pretty cool. But what we're really worried about here, we're really worried about getting either the Chiho of Dewa, which so let's go ahead and let's look at where Dewa is. It's actually up here, which is quite a ways away from our actual home province. But if you also look, we are also in line, which I just noticed here a little bit ago, in order to inherit the Chiho of Mutsu. There were a second in line for that as well, which is actually a little bit closer to us, I believe. Let me make sure I'm not crazy about that. Let's see the Chiho Mutsu. Where is that at? Oh, it's this right here. Okay, so that's fine. And this is only like a little bit away from us, so that's pretty cool. We're going to be looking to try and get at least one of those here in this episode. That's going to be my goal for the episode, to try and take one of those. It does look like there's a government issue, the mad profit. We are not allowed to actually do that for some reason, but we'll worry about that here shortly. Let me see, is it available now? No, okay, it did go away. That's fine. There's a bunch of wars also as well, which I don't really want to participate in. If we actually look over here at the governments tab, there are a lot of Soryu places around us, which is interesting. Looks like a lot of people are trying to change and get out of that. May create and join house blocks within the realm. So I believe that that is an option for us. We can actually establish a Soryu fief. Um, your domicile must not be in a capital county of Japan. You do not fulfill this. Okay, so we're gonna have to look into. Oh, I believe that your domicile. So we're gonna have to move our mansion to somewhere else. So that might actually be something that we might look into. Let's look at that right now. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can't move this to to our actual main place over here. It probably is good to just go ahead and put it in our main area as well. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at decisions. Um, our house must not have the service or ceremony house aspiration. So that's a whole nother thing too. But we're gonna look into this a little bit later on. Nothing that we're gonna really worry about right now. Let's focus on the inheritance stuff for now. So I believe in the last episode, when it came to us trying to get the Chiho of Dewa, we actually were in a little bit of a. We actually, I think, went ahead and tried to assassinate this guy, but I do believe our murder chance of that has pretty much failed. Maybe there's a way that we can actually try to get him to retire. Request retirement here might work. Let's see if we can't do that and see if it'll work for us. Let's see. Request. There is no time to waste. Okay. With the reassignment of Yoshimochi, it was announced the governments of Dewa now falls to me. Okay, so that's beautiful. We don't actually have to go through the assassination. We can force that retirement. Having received my regalia and taken the oath of office, I can at last move to my provincial seat at Okitama and begin my tenure proper. Okay, so hold up. Let's see, what do we own now? So I want to see what's actually like a part of us now. So we do have, we should, do we still have Musashi? I guess is now the new question. It does not look like that. Now we live in the Kuni of Dewa, which is completely interesting. So apparently, when we did that, we actually got that, but we did not keep our same holding that we started with. Such a crazy turn of events. Okay, I did not think that's how that worked, but I think with this we can probably press. I would feel like some of the other lands that are supposed to be inside of the duchy. So maybe we can go for that. You are not you cannot attack as he is not independent the liege or under the same liege. You do not have to cast a spell against him. So let's look at that as well. Let's see. We do have this. I want to see if this guy's actually underneath me or not because it did not look like it. Okay, so he is my actual vassal, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and he is my only subject, so there is that as well. I don't believe that we are Soryu. I think we're still with Soryu. So we cannot actually expand a whole lot. But now let's see if there's anybody around us that actually has that. So there is one person to the right of me that has that. So that's something that we can probably focus on. Let's see. The contestants will be seized by the Kampaku. Your service to the Empire of Japan will be recognized. So we could actually go for this guy, but I don't think it falls upon us if we do. So something just to be kind of aware of. Um, it says we have too few wives, so it's something that we need to be kind of aware of as well. Well, now that we've went ahead and got that, let's kind of just look around and see what we can do here to improve it. So let's go ahead and improve the development of Dewa. That's probably first and foremost the best thing we can do. We are currently the um, Montarana Buddhist faith. Let's see what the local religion is for us. I don't actually know what is the local religion here? The local religion is Yogacara. Okay, so it's still a Buddhist faith. So I think what we're going to do to try to and mitigate that, we might just go ahead and try to convert that county for now. It's actually not too terrible. Um, but either way, I think we're doing good with that. We'll just continue on doing what we're doing. One thing we can do real fast is try and improve some of these holdings right here. One thing I do want to do, I do eventually want to go ahead and take back this, if at all possible. I do want to take back Musashi at some point. Being that it is my starting province, we will see if we can't make it back there at some point in the future. But until then, let's keep on continuing on with what we're doing. Let's see. So we do have a few things over here, so let's go ahead and do that. Fine with that. Let's see. I do want to see what is our. We should be like up there in our block, right? So yeah, we're at 794 total strength. We're the third strongest in here behind the house, the Yamato, which I believe is yeah, he's the top dog pretty much. So he's like the guy right underneath Emperor. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't realize that he was in our block, but that's fine for now. Maybe there's another block that we can actually join in. Let me see what the Saga block looks like. They have prosperity, service, ceremony. Because I want to see, because I do want to establish a Soryu fief, but we can't be in service or ceremony. So let's look at all these different blocks that we have right now. Ceremony, prosperity. So Saga block is probably the best one to join for that. So let's look at that. Determination might not be bad. I actually think this might be good. Let's go ahead and join that one. They'll let us join regardless, so that's cool. And we are the strongest, it looks like, um, in that regard. So we're just going to go ahead and do that right now. Now with that, we should. Oh, hello. Before we do anything else, let's look around. What war are we in right now? There's one down here, so we guess we can go down there and help him with that. We're just going to move on down there. and help him siege us up. I don't even think they really need us, but just in case, we'll go down there and help so that we can just say we're a part of it. Oop, and we did lose our steward, so or in this particular government, it's called a kere. So we're gonna go ahead and replace them. That one's actually not got too bad a stat, so that's pretty good for us. And that's 100% right there, which is good. Let's go ahead and disband our guys there. Oh, we do have titles for sale, so let's go ahead and look at that. We'll do that. And then betrothal can marry, that's fine. Beautiful. We'll do that. And, okay. Works for me. Okay, so now let's look at this right now. So let's see. Your domicile must be held within a county governorship. We should be close to being able to move this again. So now that we've now that we've moved different locations again, so that would work pretty good there. So now your house must have the must not have service or ceremony house aspiration. Do we have that now? Wow. Were we not just in determination? Hello? Like, let's go to strength. Powerful family attribute is inactive because your house is not a powerful family. I don't really care. That's fine. We're going to do that. We're going to change that, and that should allow us to do this. So now let's petition the ruling regent. Let's do this. Petition the Tenyo. Bolster your candidate score. Bolster no. So let's see if we can do this one. If that doesn't allow transition to Soria, so let's go ahead and petition him for this health fee permission. So let's do that. We are going to do this right here and begin traveling. We do have enough money, so if we can actually pull this off, I'll be pretty hyped for this. As the top candidate, you have now been appointed the governor of the Kuni of Harima. Oh, whoa, 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 we did. So Harima's way down here, so that's actually pretty cool. We actually got a lot of stuff there. Harima's a really good county. Wait, hold up. And it's the Shugendo faith, which is the Shintoist faith. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and let's move down here real quick and let's get this going. Let's go ahead and let's do this real quick. Close family. Okay, let's do that. That's actually pretty good. And then yeah, let's continue on. Okay. So we are back in there. Let's see. We can negotiate an alliance with this guy real quick. All right. So let's see. The decisions here to establish this right here. The ruling region is Ritsuryu, and we'll consider this a crime. So apparently he did not allow us to do that, but that is okay. I think we can just kind of hang tight for now. Maybe we can establish it a little bit later on. Maybe let's look and see what if there's any other governments. Looks like there's are a few other Sorryus inside the area, so maybe we can actually petition him a little bit later on. Um, let's see, when can we do this again? I guess is the question. Not until 903, so we gotta wait 5 more years. So maybe we can actually find the Compactu, and we'll be able to um, try to convince him a little bit later on. We can't do anything here. Probably should have looked into maybe try to do something to make him like us later. Maybe if I can fabricate a cook against him, that might work. This might be a little bit risky, but we have time for this, so if we have to wait until what 9:03, it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and do that. And we'll just, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? He doesn't like it, and then we're stuck here anyway. That's perfectly fine. It just kind of leaves us some other options later on. So let's just kind of hang tight for now, and we'll let time pass. And while we're doing that, that's kind of like what we're going to talk about now. So now that we've went ahead and got ourselves a duchy, we're going to go ahead and look to see if we can't get to where we can use a better government system to where we can expand and not worry so much about being hindered down to just like a handful of provinces. It is kind of weird though. We do have Dewa down here, which is interesting. It is a little different, but if we can just kind of chill out, and that might actually be a pretty good province to give us a lot of strength later on. So, not complaining about it. It's a nice inheritance to get, or a nice appointment to get. So, let's just kind of look and see what we're doing here. If there's anything that pops up at this different, at this little festival that we have going on right now, doesn't look like anything crazy is going on. Let's do that. Becomes my friend. Beautiful. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Kai enforce administrative integration of Sagami. Okay, fine. Not worried about that. And it keeps giving me this option to establish Soryu fief, but it won't let us do that for right now. So we're just going to hang tight for the time being. We're just waiting until we get to 10 on this, and if it gives, and you know, Lord willing, we'll be able to use it to convince him to let us be Soryu. So. Find out secret speed is going to be increased. I don't think that actually helps us out here, but it could. And we're already at 901, so I think if we can somehow get to like 15 for this, that'd be pretty good, but I don't know if we'll have enough time. I think we might run out of time. I think I might get to 903 before we actually get a chance to get to 15, but we'll wait and see. Okay, cool. Another noble family got formed, so that's cool. Oh, they give us another appointment. Where was the other one at? Oh wow, over here. This is crazy. The Imuzu. So that's interesting. Okay. Is there a way that we could send a gift to this guy? That'd be pretty cool if we could. And let's actually see when the petition for him can begin. It says March 4th, so we have a little under a year. So that should actually get us. So with all that being said, that should actually get us to right where we need to be. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Make peace. Cool. Fine. That should get us right there to actually 15 on this execute scheme. So let's go ahead and continue on with that. Appoint him. Support schemes. Beautiful. Alrighty. Alright, so now we just need to get to 15. And let's go ahead and do that. Leverage advantages. Successful. Okay. Now with that, we need to get to March. Now, I think that should be it. So I don't think there's anything else that I'm missing here. Choose petition type. We're going to go and see if he'll let us do this petition to Compactu. Do that. Once we get closer, I think I'm going to probably slow down speed a little bit. Let's see, his opinion of me is what? 70, okay, 73. I'm gonna wait till I get close. Let's go down to 2 speed. Okay, that brings us to 75, so that should be good enough here. I don't want to. I want to make sure I don't miss what his answer is to this, so that's why I'm kind of going this slow here. I am escorted to Compactu Tatua's throne room, where he beckons me to approach and address him. I argue my case that granting me hereditary rights would become beneficial for the region. After listening to my speech, he gives a curt nod and states, "I shall dispatch my agents immediately to take care of this matter. Thanks, my lord." The established Soryu Fief decision is no longer considered a crime for 10 years. Compactu may now revoke your new fief for 10 years unless you are a criminal. So, pause. We got to make sure that we're safe here. We got to make sure that we can get back to our lands as easily as possible without anything happening to us. That's fine. Nothing crazy happened, please. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's look at our options now. With that, we can go ahead to our decisions. I'm missing 157 prestige, it says. So let's see if we can't go down here and take this, and maybe we can get some prestige out of this. Does not look like we can, but I believe that we can probably just get it off of an easy decision or something. Cost, no. Let's look at some activities that might be quick. Maybe a pilgrimage. I'm thinking maybe a pilgrimage. Let's do a worldly pilgrimage. If we go to this one right here, this might actually work a little bit. Let's max out some things here. I'm just trying to see if this works because I want to do this before this character dies. He is getting kind of old, so let's do this. Let's also go to just to try and best make sure this character doesn't die out of nowhere. We're going to go to medicine focus and just hope for the best here. Not worried about the delay there. We have nothing but time really. Okay. There we go. We got our 150 piety that we wanted. Awesome. We're just kind of like looking here. I'm picking like some of these options that look to be pretty good that are not going to really hurt us here. We'll do that. Only have 30 something days, so we're good there. We'll do that. Alrighty, and now we're just going to hopefully safely get back to our province. I don't really mind. Some of these are saying like it's still, delaying a little bit here and there. We do have another grandson, which is pretty cool. Let's go well prepared here. Oh wait, hold up. I'll do that right there. Mustering actually doesn't seem to be too bad. And it's good to be home. Wonderful. Okay, so with that being done now we can establish Soryu, the Soryu fief. All right, a new sun rises on House Musashi. So I believe that everything should be fine. We did this. They didn't say it was illegal, so that's pretty good for us. And this does allow us to actually hold another province now. So now we actually can hold 3. And what's cool about this is we're still able to keep our manor as well with all this. So, and there's actually an achievement: adopt the Soryu government as Soryu ruler. So that's pretty cool. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it. That's actually a really, really good stopping point for what we looked to accomplish here. We went ahead and we became a duke. Now the Musashi Ichizoku, the Ichizoku of Dewa, which is now a Soryu leader with a total military strength of 1,310. It looks like, and we actually have a few other places just kind of all over the place. So this is really cool. And hopefully, eventually, we can come back here and we can actually take back Musashi from this person down here. But that's that's a task for another day. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like in the section below. If you want to see more in the future, please subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. It helps out a lot, and it means a great deal. Guys, we're almost to 500. We've almost made it there off at the start of the series. Hopefully, we can get there by the end of it. If you can, please leave a subscribe or a subscription if you have not done so already. It helps out a lot. It means a great deal. And again, guys, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.